Sunday morning.
Thank God.
We back at it.
He is here. We are here.
I didn't dig my nose, by the way, Pop Folk. If you catch that on YouTube.
We is here. We are here. We is live. What I is also gonna do, put my phone on vibrate because
gang, gang.
professional. You heard?
Pop Folk.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the J Sim Podcast. This is your boy Jay Hunnit.
Your boy Sincere Da Vinci. And
We
this
out
is
here.
the Jason Podcast. You heard? What's happening?
Woo!
How was your week?
My week was great, actually. It finished off last night, actually. I was watching Black Adam.
How was it?
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very entertaining, and I'm not going to spoil anything here.
Okay.
I'm just going to say go watch it for yourself. Go judge for yourself. I'll tell you a little bit more off record, but
okay.
At this moment,
I don't want you to spoil it for me either.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to give you, my overall synopsis.
Gotcha.
My overall opinion, on what I saw. It was basically something that I liked, and I recommend people to go see it and just judge for yourselves, plain and simple.
Gotcha.
I linked up with a good friend of mine last night, actually, to watch the movie, and he had some disappointing news to tell me, but other than that, it was a great week overall. It was productive, got great workouts in, and did a lot on the job front, so things are looking on the up and up. We're just grinding, working, and staying away from negativity, Pop Folk. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
I hear that.
And I didn't even want to check in on the Yankee game last night because I'm already beyond pissed off. But it is what it is.
We're not going to talk about the Yankees. We're not going to talk about the Yankees. We're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about them. Because they have severely let me down this playoffs. We had to go 5 with Cleveland, which didn't need to go 5. And now we're about to get swept by the cheaters. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, my week was laid back. Very simple.
Okay.
Earlier, literally right before we got on here, ordered my new iPhone.
You ordered another iPhone? Okay.
I ordered the 14 Pro Max.
Oh, thank goodness. You didn't get an SE or one of these lower tier iPhones. You need a real phone. So
you mean the one I have? The SE I have has lasted me 4 years.
All right.
But I don't go through phones like that.
No, you don't.
I'm not I'm not the lose breaker phone. The only reason I'm replacing this one is because it started to act crazy, and because I do so much work on my phone, I can't afford it to conk out. So before it even gets to that point, I start to see it acting up. I do the updates, I do all that, and if it still acts up, it's time for a new drink. So I got that shit. And
so you got the iPhone 14, I guess?
Yeah, the 14 Pro Max. The reason I got that shit, usually I don't give a fuck about
screen size.
Shit. I don't care nothing really about that for real. Right. It was more so for the camera.
Camera's phenomenal.
Because of viewing, recording content, and with me being in a different city than a lot of the creators that I work with, my engineers, my videographers, so on and so forth. A lot of the time I come up with cool ideas for videos or so on and so forth, but I don't have anyone to shoot it. So this camera is quality enough to do that, where I can shoot these ideas that I have and then send them to what is happening over there? Somebody getting shot?
Yeah, the cops are just passing by. They're looking for somebody.
No,
I didn't do anything though personally.
Okay, good. Keep it that way.
I don't think I'm guilty of anything.
Good that way. Keep it that way.
Yeah, we got to keep this podcast going some way somehow.
But yeah, so the camera and the footage that I can shoot now, I can send off to one of my videographers and get them to put together and edit. The footage the same way they would if they shot it.
Right.
And now I have a camera that can do the footage for. They have all types of attachments for the shit that make it officially work like that. So I figured I'd just do that shit, sure. So
no. It sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good buy. So
yeah, I look at
it's a little bit on the pricier side, but
I mean, when I was looking to buy cameras and such for myself anyway, having to buy a camera and phones and equipment, it was something that I was invested in anyway. So now I just got it in one device.
Exactly.
So other than that, it's been a cool week. We watched Hocus Pocus last night, the first one, because Grace had never seen it.
Oh my god.
So that was great. I
Oh
made
my
some
gosh.
cookies. I baked some cookies with like chocolate bats and chocolate M&M pumpkins and shit
Oh
like
wow, you
that.
guys made it an event. Okay.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we watched. It was fun. Now we're gonna watch Hocus Pocus 2 probably next week, right before Halloween.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah. Well, we got a packed
Yeah.
show, so let's go ahead and get to
Gavin.
these things.
Segway.
Before we get there though, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, get your merch. I don't know what's going on. I got to contact Facebook and them again. The store should have been live already on
Okay, got
IG
you.
and on Facebook. I've
Yeah.
had to contact them twice now. I
Hmm.
will reach back out to them. I don't know what the holdup is,
Yo,
but the
Mark,
merch
what's
store
going on?
is the merch store is still up and available. It
Right.
just hasn't gotten
Through our
the shop
tree link,
button.
basically. Yeah.
Right. It just hasn't gotten the shop button that it deserves yet. So
Yeah. Get
all right.
that merch pot, folk.
So let's go ahead and jump into
And support.
let's jump into two things. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this one first. Christian
Head first.
McCaffrey
Pause.
traded to the 49ers after what has been an abysmal season in North Carolina. I have two questions for you about this trade.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it was a good trade for him? And do you think that he will do well in Cali? Do you think he'll do well?
Hey, what's up?
What's happening? We don't know. It just says
What's up, Facebook user?
Yeah, so what's happening, family? We appreciate you tuning in.
Definitely. Send us any comments.
Yeah. So
if it's a good trade for him, I think it is because he's going to California. That's one thing. The weather's a little bit better. You know, I don't know if he's a married man or he's one of those married men who's out, you know, trying to be a womanizer as well. So that works out, you know, on that end for him, I think. And you know, the climate also helps, you know, as I just mentioned. And I think the team as well. I think the 49ers are in better standing. And all right, you could put your name, you could put your tag name or your
we have no
nickname
idea
or
why it's coming
whatever.
out the
Because
Facebook user.
yeah, we don't know either. We're gonna have to ask Mark Zuckerberg. But back to CMC. So I think it's a good situation for him. It's a change of scenery, and I think when you go from one place to the other, it's actually good for your psyche, especially if he was in a crappy situation like he was, you know, with the Panthers.
He was.
And, you know, the load was basically on him in a sense. You know, he was the one being the workhorse of the team. He was the focus of the team. All the eyes were on him. Basically the defenses would stack the boxes, you know, to confront him as well. And that's basically not going to happen no more in San Francisco. I think it's a great move for him in terms of longevity because he's had a problem with availability, which is a lot of people's best ability, I think, in this case when we're talking about sports. So all in all, I think it's a win, you know, for CMC personally.
What's up, Tev?
Tev. It's a win-win, I believe, you know, for CMC personally. And I think for the 49ers as well. Some people thought that they gave up a little bit too much to get him, but
I agree. I think they gave up slightly too much to get him.
Right.
But continue. I'll give my thoughts in a moment.
No, I was just gonna say that it might be too much at this moment, but you never know what can come out of this, you know. And they add another weapon to the offense, you know, along with Kittle, along with Deebo Samuel. And, you know, they're basically going to be there taking pressure off of each other on the offensive front. And I think it's going to prolong his career, is what I meant to say earlier.
Yes.
A little bit more.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
I think it's a great trade for everybody involved. I think that Carolina has been in disarray since losing that Super Bowl.
Wow, that was back in like 2015, bruh.
Yeah, I know. But I think they've been in disarray since then.
Wow.
And
yeah, you're right.
They've been thank you. They've been kind of in disarray and in denial. They didn't want to the worst thing you can ever really have to do is blow it up and admit that it's time to
That is not
completely
working, right?
right, that is completely not working.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Lakers, but we'll get to that later. Um, but what is terrible is they had the situation, they completely spit the bit in the Super Bowl. After that, they couldn't get right. Cam was never himself. Cam left, went to New England, and they thought there would be a resurgence. Nope. Um,
Yeah,
Cam
that
has
didn't do it.
he had a lot of tread on the tires. He didn't have the weapons he needed. And it's not a knock on Cam. It's just a knock of when you're a physical running back. I mean, when you're a physical quarterback and you're a runner, and
You break
you're his
down.
size, right? You're his size. I was watching Cam get hit and not get calls that would have been personal fouls had it been anyone else.
Had it been
Um,
Tom Brady,
right.
yes.
So on top of that, once he left, Ron Rivera, and it was just slowly but surely it fell apart. They had a last ditch effort by going and getting Baker and possibly maybe having some sort of resurgence with Christian McCaffrey coming back after missing 2 seasons,
Right.
not fully but partially to injury,
Correct.
and it hasn't played out the way they thought it would.
At all.
DJ Moore is not playing. They've had the situation with the other wide receiver and the coach on the sideline, and
Yeah.
it's not looking good. It was time. I think someone in the front office finally looked up and was like, "Yo,
It's not working.
it's not working."
Mhm.
I think San Fran gave up one too many picks, just one, but I understand it because San Fran is on the cusp of being a Super Bowl winning team. Um, I think that not the Chargers, I'm sorry.
Super Bowl contending. Let's not say
Yeah, there you
winning.
go. No, but I'm saying that because there are a handful of teams that I legitimately can see winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I think now that they have McCaffrey that they are in that conversation. Um, you can't discredit them from legitimate Super Bowl aspirations now because the teams that they have to go against, the teams they have to worry about, the Tampa Bay's, they're not looking good. And I
Right.
don't think they're gonna look much better. The Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, and you're seeing how much that has impacted their offense. Juju has not stepped up into the role that they expected him to. Um, there's injuries
But
across the
I
board.
don't think they've looked completely bad in terms of the Chiefs.
No, they haven't, but they haven't looked like
Yeah.
the Chiefs of that we have become accustomed to.
Right.
Which again makes them which brings them down to earth a little bit more. Um, you look at teams like Denver, who Russell Wilson just can't seem to get right. The Seahawks, who has Geno Smith as a starter. Like there are teams that we all look at and they just
Geno Smith is actually having a great season
right,
despite the circumstances.
right. But
Right.
do you in week 16, what do you think the Geno Smith's season looks like? Or if you had to choose a team in the playoffs right now to win, if you had to put your money in your house on it, in a game between the Seahawks and the 49ers, who are you putting your money on?
No, I obviously put my money on the 49ers.
So
Yes.
that's what I mean when I'm saying the 49ers were already a contender.
Right.
And getting McCaffrey, I think, makes them even more of a front runner,
Of course.
especially with Debo. Now you have the Lightning and Thunder. Debo is just going to run you the fuck over. And when you crowd the line to get him, CMC is going to hit the outside and outrun everybody out there. Like, so
Bang.
it adds to it. I think it's a great trade for everybody. But the reason I understood they gave that one extra pick is because they know that they're 1 to 2 pieces away from winning a Super Bowl. And sometimes you have to overpay for what you want if you really want it.
Yeah.
So,
Especially if it's right now, and that's what it seems.
and
like
they're playing
the
for right
case.
now. They're
Yeah.
playing for right now. They're not playing for 3 years from now. They're not playing. If they're still contenders, 3-4 years from now, that
Right.
would be wonderful. But they're playing for this season. This season and next season, they're playing for immediate, gratification for what they've done.
Correct.
Okay, so moving on.
Segue.
I'm gonna go ahead and I like this.
And sorry, ladies, we started off talking about football. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna continue to talk about sports for a little bit. Hold on.
Bro, they don't work like we used to work. You understand?
Yeah.
Like they up playing games. They want to be streamers and gamers. It's different now. Back to what Shady was saying.
Hold on, B March. Let's think about what you just said. How does what a player doing his downtime determine his work ethic? I came up in that era, and you know what players were doing in their downtime? They were partying, chasing women, and blowing a lot of cash. A lot of players went broke in that era. So how can you judge a player for wanting to stay in the house? On top of that, how can you judge them for streaming video games and trying to take advantage of their name, image, and likeness in the industry that's generating more revenue than football? You take a player like Arquan Bush. He cares about two things, family and football. In his downtime, he plays video games. You tell me, would you rather draft a player that cares about family and football and plays video games, or the player that's out here in these streets?
I thought that this was one of the
He nailed it, bro.
Bro, I was about to say, I think that this was one of the most well articulated arguments that I've heard in a very long time about the difference in this generation of athletes,
right,
and the previous, and not even just athletes, but let's say athlete entertainer, because you're talking about also
celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity. Right. There you go. There's a lot of money in video game streaming. There's a lot, even if you don't go professional, even if you're not good enough to be a professional streamer.
Yeah.
If you stream and you have a couple hundred followers on Twitch, just a couple hundred, we're not even talking about thousands, just a couple hundred.
You have a Twitch yourself?
I do. I don't use it. I had it. I used to use it, like, because I play 2K and shit. Right. I used to have it. I used to have it popping all the time. And then I just stopped logging in. Like, I still play 2K. I just stopped logging in. But yeah, like, you can use that and have a decent form of a second income. You can make a couple $1,000s a month just streaming.
Yeah.
And that's not even being professional. That's just playing. If people like the commentary, if you're likable, if people enjoy the games that you're playing, if you're decent at the game, you know what I mean? Like,
so how does that work? They send you donations or something?
Yeah, they can send you donations. People sponsor
via Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can set a goal of how much money you're trying to make in this stream. And you can put up, I want to make $100 this stream, and you'll stream until you make $100. And people will help donate until you get to that $100.
That's
like
up.
There's ways.
So you're exposed to basically a population of people that are hardcore video gamers, basically, and they basically donate. Okay,
correct. Now let's say
sort of GoFundMe for video games in a sense.
I guess and then you have advertisers who go, okay, this background right now. This would be my background you seeing when I'm streaming.
Right.
Well, technically this wouldn't be. It would be flipped the other way because my game system is directly behind me. You can't see.
Correct.
But on a wall behind me, maybe Mountain Dew goes, all right, we're gonna put a Mountain Dew poster behind you, and we'll give you $10,000 to keep it up there for a month.
Okay.
So while I'm streaming, you see the big Mountain Dew in the back. Oh, gaming chair company. Oh yeah, we're gonna give you the new coolest gaming chair. We need you to just sit in it and shout it out, a couple times, and we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna, like, that's how it's like, just like anything else. Just like anything else. But if you're already a somebody, if you're a Cam Newton was literally streaming a week ago.
Correct.
Literally, Cam Newton, as we speak, was streaming a couple weeks ago.
Making bank.
Making stupid money playing Madden.
Right.
Because he's Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas want to see Cam.
And that sounds way more productive than he just mentioned. Chasing women, popping bottles.
It also sounds way more
being in every damn party.
It also sounds better than getting my ass rocked sitting out there as a quarterback with no O-line.
This is what I'm trying to say. Pod folk, you have to understand. I've never been punched at, stabbed at, or shot at being home in my living room.
Bro. Like, that's crazy. Like, okay, hold on. Definitely agree with that. It's a wide range of possible income with streaming. You can gain an audience off of different things. Kyrie Irving and Von Miller, heavy with the Twitch. Yeah, Kyrie Irving loves to stream. They stream Fortnite and all that shit. Like Drake had a competition with Ninja on Fortnite that literally raised, I think it was something like $15 million in one stream. It was
Bruh,
stupid.
I'm just laughing
Stupid.
because I'm just laughing because Harlem just brought
What's up,
up
Betty?
Cuddy was having it. I'm laughing because Harlem just brought up Kyrie Irving, and I thought about some post that I saw on Facebook that I don't know if KD actually said this, but he called him Martin Luther Irving. Like what?
I'm not paying any attention to this nigga.
I'm
not paying attention to this. I'm not gonna talk about this.
Martin Luther Irving. What the?
We're not paying no attention to that. I love Kyrie, but we're not paying attention to this, okay? We're not gonna do that.
KD said that about him.
I'm not doing this. We're not entertaining that today. That's not why I woke up, okay? Jesus didn't die for that. That's not why I'm here, my nigga. That's not why I'm here, my nigga. So, but yeah, like these kids, they could be in the streets. They could be running in the club every night. A lot of these young kids, they be getting fucked up. All types of shit out here, crazy. And you look at
what he forgot to add. I'm sorry to interrupt, but what he forgot to add was back in the day, there were a lot of players too. They were like gang affiliated, and they were like doing actual gang activities in their idle time from their professions. And it's like, wow,
like these kids could be going. Like we're not even going. I'm not going. I mean, this nigga Bo Knight from Charlotte, bro.
Yeah.
The night before opening night in Charlotte,
man.
He gets drunk and falls asleep in his car with his gun on his lap and a bag of Doritos.
Crazy.
Like, would you rather have that nigga as your rookie or your sophomore or anybody on your team? Or would you rather the nigga who gonna leave practice, go home, grab a bunch of munchies, and play video games for 6 hours and make money off it?
Right.
There's no problem. I don't see what the problem is. Yeah, no cost slander, bro. Nah, chill out. But yeah, this. I mean, like I said, it was very well thought out and articulated. I just wanted to share that because I feel like that is a mute point that people don't touch on, is that these older generation guys who don't understand how it works. They think that these guys are just going home and just playing video games for the sake of playing video games all the time.
Right.
Nah, these niggas are businesses. From the moment they leave the field, they're going back home and working on more money.
Facts.
They're working on more money, but doing some shit that they love doing already. So, all right. Well, you know what? We'll take a break from the next sports topic, and we'll go to something else real quick. So we got one more sports topic for the day,
ladies.
But
apologies
for whoever may be listening. We'll switch it up a little bit, and then we'll go back to the next sports topic and then finish out.
We're about to read this together because I definitely want to know you guys' thoughts. Hey, my son is having a birthday party next weekend, and I'm short $2,000. Can you send it to me? Now, I'm just going to continue to read. I'm not going to get my thoughts yet. Why would I do that? Because the woman you are pursuing has a child, and we are a dual package. You might as well just have a little cake and ice cream at your place.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I feel like if...
So you're not sending that 2K over? You're not sending the bread?
Nah, hell no. Especially if we didn't sign at no dotted line, at no civil court, or some church, and there was like an activity going on, an event actually called, a matrimony. Yeah, you're not going to get that from me.
Y'all had some nerve. You have some nerve.
Mm-mm.
First off, you have some nerve. First off, where is his father? Where is this little nigga's father?
Exactly.
That you gotta ask me for $2,000. And what kind of party are you throwing if you still need $2,000?
Yo, I don't even know what's going on.
And how old is this kid?
It must be for her homegirls, and her kid, I guess.
I'm like, what is happening?
It's
There's
to
a lot of
entertain a
questions.
bunch of people,
There's
not
a
just her.
there's a lot of questions
This
that I
this
have here.
this just screams to me that situation where the mom expected, I guess, her baby father to get McDonald's, like for her kids too, for her own kids and their child as well. And they got into an argument and
Yeah, I
a
remember that.
dispute because of that.
Yeah.
This is just crazy.
Why would I look? First off, we're dating. Okay.
Exactly.
We are dating. I have not committed to you. You ain't committed to me. But you think I'm gonna give you, not even loan you, give you $2,000? You have some nerve, bitch. You have
the ultimate
gall.
nerve.
How dare you, bitch? How dare you? Like, are you crazy? Is you crazy? You know what? It's the
especially in the type of world that we're living in nowadays. You can't just give $2,000 to just like.
You know what makes it crazy to me? Two things about this. One, it's the world we live in make it seem like this is something okay to ask. like this is just some random, like this is just some regular shit. Like I met a nigga, we went out on a date, and
or 2 or 3.
Yeah, like, and that's just you gonna ask me for $2K? No, what is wrong with you?
No, good.
We live in a world where you that like you remember back in the day where asking for money, you felt ashamed.
Right, there was a little bit of reluctance, to ask someone for just money, just like that, especially to give, not even to loan, for that person to give you money. It's like, what?
Asking somebody to give you money was the absolute worst shit ever you can do. It made you feel like absolute shit. You felt terrible, and it was the literal last resort. Now it is motherfucker's first resort.
Yeah, shit.
You just expect because I said hello to you that I'm gonna give you $2,000 for the unprotected sex you had with another grown man years ago. No,
that was probably a mistake, right?
No. And he's not your only mistake. Your second mistake was asking me for $2K for this random ass little nigga. Fact. That was also a mistake. Go talk to his father.
Big blunder.
Go talk to his father. Exactly. If I was a millionaire, I would have done it for the kid. No, I would no.
No. We can't.
No.
We can't perpetuate these habits. We can't do this.
No.
Ruin it for everybody else.
There you go. What it is when you allow habits to form, my nigga, you are allowing bad habits to form.
Exactly.
So if she able to come to you and ask you on your second date for $2,000 and you're a millionaire, it ain't about how much money I have. It's about the principle of why do you feel entitled to ask me for $2,000 on our second date?
Exactly, and not even a loan.
Like, yeah, like how to
give, to donate.
You wilding. But the way my life is set up, nah. Desmond said better ask her baby father for 60. Exactly. Go ask.
Why you got a picture of Mace like that?
I don't know why Desmond has a picture of Mace. Hall of Facts. Times have changed. Y'all are definitely right. Yeah, man. I'm not doing this.
No, we're not.
I'm done with this already.
We're not getting into this 2K business.
I'm going back to sports now.
Only 2K that I'm giving out is probably the video game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not doing
and I'll give it to her son.
NBA back. Any early anything you seeing that you are liking, that you're not liking, that make you feel nice? How you feeling about the season so far?
You know, I'm a Knicks fan, so we won our opener at the Garden, so I was excited about that. We look to have a team that at least is trying to compete, because in the first game we played against Memphis, we took them to OT, and we basically lost by like about 3 points. But I'm just loving the passion. You know, I'm loving the makeup of the team at the moment. I'm just hoping we could be a little bit more consistent. My expectations are not super high for the Knicks, obviously, based on their roster and what we look like. But I'm hoping we can at least win 40 games, if that's not too much to ask for my New York Knickerbockers.
I got y'all. I got y'all winning more than that.
Okay. Appreciate that.
I got y'all going 42 and 40.
42 and 40. Okay.
I got y'all being slightly above 500 and making them playoffs.
No, that's fair. That's that's something that's definitely fair. And I want to speak about Jason Tatum. I mean, ever since that letdown that he had, in the finals, where people were expecting him to really make that leap. I think he's been having an incredible start to begin with. I think the Bucks are also having an incredible start to begin with. The Hawks, surprisingly, are having a great start to begin with. Let's talk about the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
How they just throttled the champs. You know what I'm saying? The Nuggets, with Jamal Murray back, they're looking pretty good as well.
The Warriors have looked good.
Yes, the Warriors have looked good. The Lakers have looked putrid.
Bro, what was
it?
Westbrook, Patrick Beverly, and
outside of LeBron, obviously.
None. Patrick Beverly and Westbrook combined for 1 of 25 the other night. Russell Westbrook went 0 for 11 from the field. I watched Russell Westbrook in their first game against Golden State run the ball up at light speed from one end to the other end, get to the paint, go up, and then realize there was no basket. Turn around and just was like, where the fuck is everybody? And kind of just threw the ball to the other niggas.
They're not in sync at all.
Westbrook runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and them niggas is old. Ain't nobody on that team that can keep up with Russ. So he moving at a different speed. He got to understand, if he going to push that ball like that, there's 2 things you got to do. You got to be prepared to finish that thing, or you got to be prepared to stop and slow down and wait for your team.
Right.
Brody don't fit there. He doesn't fit there. They need to get him the fuck out of there.
I mean, they should have realized that last season, but and tried to move him somehow. But I guess they didn't get any suitors. I mean, if KD didn't get any suitors, then I don't know. They couldn't move KD, and then I guess they couldn't move Westbrook basically.
AD started this season with back problems and tightness and soreness in his back. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before he's missing games. The Clippers have looked decent.
Well, they're 2-0. They're 2-0 at the moment, bro.
But that don't mean they looked impressive.
No. I know. I'm just pointing.
One of them was against the Lakers.
Right.
Right. What was against the Lakers?
Shots.
The Nets, we lost our opening night, and we didn't look really coordinated. Right. But since then, KD, them niggas came back and rose to Toronto.
And Martin Luther Irving.
Yeah. Yo, stop it. Stop it right now. You're not about to keep walking around here. We're gonna talk. But tell me when your cameras go off. I'm not gonna let you walk around this podcast.
Listen,
throwing that name around here. You're not gonna walk around here throwing that name around.
Yo, bro, did you realize, bro, that at the very moment Rudy Gobert is averaging almost 20 rebounds? That's pretty good. That's pretty good because the next closest is Valanciunas with 15.
There's a lot. I was a little bit sad when I watched the Nets Memphis game. Mm-hmm. This is not a shot at New York, but Memphis shouldn't have been in overtime with the Knicks. To me.
Okay.
If Memphis wants to be considered in the tier of where they feel they are, I'm just being honest.
I'll see where you're going.
If Memphis wants to be considered where they feel they are,
right?
If Memphis wants to feel like they are a legitimate up and coming force in the West,
right?
You can't be in that game with the Knicks in overtime. You can't like
It was the
like
first game of the regular season. I'm sure they were just getting, they were dusting, off
yeah,
shoes
and
and
I
the
agree.
rust.
They got the dub at the end of it all, but
Yeah,
and then Bangers was actually hurt at the end of it, so that didn't help.
right.
But when I'm talking about certain teams, when I'm talking about like the Orlando Magics and so on and so forth, you can't have tight games with these teams.
Right.
If you are the Warriors, you can't. They don't have tight games with Orlando.
Right, exactly.
Like the Nets don't tend to have tight games with Orlando. The Bucks don't have tight games with Orlando. Like,
Correct.
nigga, if you want to be qualified in that
Or like
conversation,
or like the 76ers, actually. They're 0-3 at the moment.
niggas is trash. Them niggas is doo-doo water.
I think the Rockets
see
is doo-doo
James Harden?
water too, bro.
Did you see James Harden hit the step back? I'm not gonna stunt. He called Marcus Smart. Marcus
He
Smart
did,
flew
but then he
across
shot
it.
an air ball.
But he
after
did.
that.
Then the nigga
Yo.
shifted and missed the whole fucking rim.
Oh
And then the
my
nigga
God.
did the joint he hit Jason Tatum with the whoop whoop. Jason Tatum
Yeah.
touching the floor like he ran the suicides. And then again, he threw up a break. Nigga threw a Timberland at the backboard. That's just it. Like, damn. Yo, James, I'm glad we got that nigga the fuck out of Brooklyn. I'm glad we got him the fuck out of Brooklyn. I'm gonna run into that nigga again at Sin City.
The
I'm
Thunder-
glad you here, nigga.
The Thunder looking like some Thunder trash
Yo,
as well.
terrible. Nets versus Warriors finals. I wouldn't be surprised.
Stop bringing the Nets up. You're gonna make me say these words again. Stop bringing that team up.
Relax. I'm not against it. I think that the Nets and the Warriors is a very safe prediction. If the Nets can stay healthy, and if I'm gonna mute you. Okay, I don't wanna deal with you. I'm gonna mute you. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon, sir. Gather yourself, sir. Get it together.
Okay.
Desmond, I wouldn't even contest Russell Westbrook's shot. That's how confident I am he'll miss.
Desmond, that's a fact. I wouldn't contest a jump shot from Westbrook ever again either, because that doesn't seem like it's gonna improve or evolve.
Jeez, yeah. So right now,
he belonged in the Rucker or something like that.
If you had to give
Gauchos.
this season, you had to give this young season a grade so far, what would it be? So far,
I think I'd give it an A- in this case.
okay.
Yeah.
I would give it a B.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would give it a B, but a strong B, almost B plus.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so moving on. Hold on.
Segue.
Boom. Moving on. Here we go.
Ladies. Oh, I want to see that booty. Oh.
So, in this clip, Ice Spice is performing.
Is Ice Spice the redheaded chick?
Yeah, she look like Annie.
Oh, okay. That's the thing she's trying to run with?
I don't know what she's trying to run with. She did a performance.
Is she a rapper, a singer? What is she actually? Because I see her name a lot, so I don't know if she's an influencer or she's actually an artist or
she's from the Bronx.
She's from the Bronx. Okay. So like Cardi B in a sense. Okay.
That's the most I know is that she's from the Bronx.
Okay.
And apparently some nigga ate it for lunch. Like I don't know what's happening.
Ate the groceries. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Gotcha. You're out of the loop.
Yeah.
When it comes to Ice Spice, at least.
Drake flew her to OVO Fest, and then after that, unfollowed her on Instagram the next day. So I don't know what's happening. Anyway, Who knows? And I don't care. The
Right.
point is that she was on stage. Nobody was responding to anything
She
she
was
was doing
saying
or saying
on the mic,
until
right?
she bent over, and then they went crazy. And when she stood up, they got quiet again. Now that we are here, I actually hate that this is the topic. It sounded better in pre-production.
Right.
It sounded better because it sounded like this is what people care about. I'm not people, and I don't care about it. Although I
Yeah.
must say it leads me to a whole nother conversation if you're willing to go there.
Okay.
The baby sold something like 15,000 his first week.
Right.
I don't know why you laughed at that like that. Meg the Stallion sold something like 20. These are quote unquote big hip hop acts.
Correct.
Especially Meg, who has consistently been having issues. We've talked about it previously. Selling numbers.
Correct.
What do you think the issue is with the quote unquote them being able to move units?
I think it has to do a lot with their overall approach to the music. I mean, they're gonna have their core following, I think, regardless. But I think people outside of that core following, they're basically hearing the same thing over and over again. So I think it's an oversaturation of the current music they're making, the current sound that they actually have. So it's like everything that they're pulling out, it just basically just sounds the same. And it doesn't seem like there's any type of evolution, I want to say, like within their music and with, and I guess in their approach and what they're trying to put out there as a product. So I think people are growing tired. It's basically sounding like, everything else that sounds on the radio or that's, played on the radio is what I meant to say, Pafo. And I think people are just growing tired. I think we're going into an era where we're expecting a little bit more, I think, in terms of versatility, in terms of quality, I think, as well, in a sense, because we're seeing acts like, Beyonce come back, for instance, and Adele, earlier this year, she came out, with some music as well. And people actually gravitated towards it more so than the music that the baby and, Meg the Stallion are pulling out. So all I think they need to do is just switch things up a little bit, be a little bit more versatile. I'm not saying that they have to go pop completely.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if they could switch up, their approach a little bit and just try something different in terms of like musical, composition in this sense. And I think, their sound and their style is oversaturated, I think, at the moment. And people are just like, you know what? Even if it's a new premiere or if it's a new song that they're releasing, it sounds exactly the same as it did back 3 years ago. So I think people are like, I think the consumer nowadays is a lot smarter than we were in the past, in the sense where they pick up on these things a lot sooner. And, they basically switch their attention, to other artists, because there are other artists actually that are actually, doing their thing. And you mentioned Drake, actually, and Drake is one of those guys that constantly reinvents himself.
Yep.
And I think that's why he never has trouble, doing numbers. And I don't think he gets enough credit. A lot of people say, he's soft or whatever the case is. He's a Russell Wilson kind of dude. He's a square, blah, blah, blah. But Drizzy is pretty much the culture, I think, at this moment. And we have to give credit, where it's due. And he's been doing it forever, at this point. And he was basically artist of the decade and all that. Yep. And I just don't think he gets enough credit because he constantly reinvents himself as an artist. He's very versatile. He likes to do different things.
It's the same way niggas hate on LeBron. Like, I don't understand.
Exactly.
You can say what you want. Like, you can not like him all you want, but what the nigga's done is amazing. Like, you don't have like, he's bald. Okay, what the fuck does that have to do with?
And LeBron still does numbers.
Right,
he still does numbers year 20.
Drake is soft. Like, who cares? Like, the nigga makes good music. Like,
right.
Like what the like? Are you listening to the music? Are you listening to Drake's music, or are you calling this nigga to come do a drive by with you? Like what's
Exactly.
like which
Right.
one is it you need from this nigga? Like because
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand the hate either. Just like I told, just like you mentioned with LeBron, it's like at year 20, he's doing numbers. I don't think in year 20, I don't think no other NBA player in NBA history is doing what LeBron is currently doing right now. I don't think I've ever seen that in year 20. Maybe Kareem in his day, but other than that, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And I feel like these figures and Drake and LeBron, they deserve just a lot more credit for what they're doing. That's it.
I feel like
What do
look,
you feel is the demise?
Desmond says it's a hard not life for her. He said Ice Spice looks like Pinky before she became a big toe.
Okay.
All right. All right. All
No,
right.
no. What do you think is due? The declining numbers of the baby
I think it's a
and
lot of
like
what
Meg
you
the
said.
Stallion.
I actually
Okay.
think it's a lot of what you said.
Okay.
I listened to Meg's latest project and
Mhm.
I cut it on and the first joint was dope and it sounded a certain way and the second joint sounded just like it. And the third joint, but by the time I got to the fifth joint, I had heard the same fucking song 5 times.
Yeah. It reminds me of when you used to talk to me about Meek Mill, and I never used to buy what you used to say about Meek Mill until recently. I'm like, wow, it did make a lot of sense what Sincere used to talk about.
It's the same song over and over, and you're repackaging it,
And different, yeah.
and different rapping. Now that can work sometimes.
That was a double entendre right there. Different rapping. That was nice.
Yeah. you can do certain you can do that in certain markets and in certain fields. Like if a nigga likes the Air Force One in all whites, he gonna buy him because they go with everything. A nigga's gonna buy a classic because it goes with everything.
Facts.
But that same shoe he might not buy in all black. That same shoe he might not buy in yellow and green. He might not buy that shit in purple and white. Why? Because it's the same shoe. But I don't need these. I don't need all these other colors. Just give it to me in the one I like. I like it in white. White is the classic. These other shits is, So yeah, you might get a hit or two off of them drinks, but those are gonna be the ones that gravitate to the people, and the rest of them niggas like, These all sound like cheap knockoffs of the one that did move.
Correct. Yeah. Perfect analogy.
I think the baby situation is partially that, and partially he didn't got into a lot of shit that people have overlooked in his career, and that he got to the point where niggas are like just they're tired of the shenanigans.
Right. Correct. People grow tired of these things, and now that celebrities and like artists and musicians are so exposed in social media, they get to see these things a lot often.
And I think
as compared to back in the day.
That's definitely part of it, is that you can definitely oversaturate the market with yourself. You can definitely make people tired of hearing your name. Like, I don't know about you, but if I need to hear Blueface and Krishan's name one more fucking time, I haven't watched that show. I don't know what show she's on by herself. Right. I don't like, but I know every time I look up, they are in the media. They are on social network doing some off the wall shit. And I'm tired of hearing about it.
Right.
And I don't even follow them. I'm tired of hearing about it and I don't follow them.
Yeah.
So it can play in your, and I'm not saying everything about the baby is his own doing, because
no, of course not.
A lot of the time, most of it is. Most of it is his own doing. Right. But anytime that he has to be brought up, it adds to having to keep hearing his name.
Right. No, definitely. I completely agree. And I don't think, honestly, Sincere, there's nothing wrong with like letting people crave you for a while as well. Just taking a time out, I think that's important in terms of not wanting to water down your product, your own product in this case. I don't know. Let people starve a little bit. Like, yo, what happened to the baby? Like, where he's at, or what happened with Meg? Like, I haven't seen her. She hasn't even posted anything on social media. Like, you have to kind of like let people like just wonder like where you're at least for a few months, and like, I don't know, in that downtime, just come out with something brilliant, something that's gonna surprise everyone, and people are gonna have that hunger again. Like, you know what? Like, we haven't listened to this artist in a while. Like, what's going on? Let's listen to him again.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
There's a fine line between, like, these artists nowadays don't know how to leave people wanting more.
Right.
They give you like Young Boy. He gave niggas 5 projects this year already. 5.
Right. They oversaturate themselves. Yeah.
But his fan base loves that shit.
Mm-hmm.
His fan base loves it, and he's feeding
course.
to his fan base the way that they need to be fed to. If your fan base don't need that from you, go sit your ass down somewhere.
Yep.
Young Boy's fan base is used to this, so they love when he gives them a project every other month.
Correct.
Because they're ready for more music. Nigga, I'm not listening to my favorite. I don't give a fuck who it is. Nigga, Jay is my favorite artist. If Jay gave me an album every other month for the rest of 2023, I'd be like, Jay,
pump the brakes.
Chill out. I'm still on this like I haven't even gotten a chance to fully play this shit to know which drinks is gonna be long lasting before you give me more.
Exactly. And it seems like a lot of artists, especially nowadays, bro, and it's not only in the hip hop sector. I'm noticing a lot of that actually in the Latino sector as well. Like, artists, they just give up like on their projects easily. They don't work on them, and in the next month they're releasing music again. And it's like, wait a second, like, you just released music last month and I still haven't listened to it. And I know a lot of people are in the same boat where they haven't listened to it either. And like, you're already throwing out new music, and it's like, yo, bro, I don't know. It's just oversaturation, I think. And for certain artists, it's it gets pretty bad. Again, that's why I appreciate Drake.
Yeah.
Drake will let you wait.
For sure.
He'll milk an album for what it's worth, and then after that, he'll put out some new music. Or not even. He'll probably just go on tour, and then after that, he'll probably give you another album, probably like in a year and a half, or maybe 2, or something like that.
That's it.
That's the way you got to work it.
That's it. And Seth says, great analogy. YB got fast food music, so he got to serve accordingly. There you go. And if you know, then you know. Yeah, is Ice Spice cooling down? I'm not going to talk about her because I want everyone to win. I just don't follow it, and I don't care.
Right.
Like, I think that there's a misconception of saying that I don't care means that I want you to win. No, it legitimately means I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It means that I don't follow. I don't care.
Exactly. Interest.
Okay. I have no interest in the situation. That doesn't mean that I wish you ill will.
Of course not.
What kind of loser ass nigga has to wake up and wish loss on someone else that they don't know? I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know her music. I don't listen to her. I don't follow her on social media. Literally, the only time I hear about her is through other people posting shit. Right. I don't give a fuck about this situation or about none of this at all. I wish her the best, but I don't give a fuck about it. I don't know. I don't remember about none of that shit. So, is she cooling down? I don't know. I wouldn't fucking know. I wouldn't know. Who knows? So, I wish her the best. Know. And yeah, there we go.
I mean, there's ice within her name, so she may be cooling down. Like,
there you go. Exactly.
It is what it is.
There you go.
Next.
I remember albums being soundtracks to our lives. We used to walk around listening to 1 or 2 albums continuously. Thank you, Trav. Now you don't even get that. Mm-mm. Well, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time.
Once again.
Things I found on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
This week is there's a couple things I found on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I loved so much that I am going to bring back next week as a huge topic that we discuss.
Right.
But I won't start there. I'll play that one last. Until then, I'm going to play this.
Come check this. Come check this. Come check this.
That was that nigga's palm on his car.
Crazy.
Why was your palm off of your hand? What did you do to put your whole palm over there, nigga? That's crazy.
Things that make you wonder.
That's crazy. Hold up. This is definitely me.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
We lost Jay. Okay. Well, we lost Jay. He should be back momentarily. If not, we're on the last two videos and we will finish this without him. I'm going to play that one time because I thought it was great.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
I thought that shit was hilarious. Please don't mind me. This is a video I found. Apparently, I'm late to this clip. But someone else told me I was late. I thought it was funny. But it is what it is. Oh wait, it sounds like we got Jay back. And they said, damn, Jay. LOL. You all right, Jay? You good? Oh, wait. I don't know what's happening. Jay? Hold up. Okay, you're there. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We
Okay.
can't see you, but we can hear you.
Yeah, because my battery died. Let me
It's
see.
okay. We're in the last literal 30 seconds or so of the show.
Yeah, my bad. I thought I had my battery connected and it just went out.
It's all good. Hold on a sec. We're going to play this. They said I was late to this. I just, as a journalist, I just thought that this was wild, that this is how this played out.
Bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Yo!
That's a classic.
Yo!
That's a classic video right there,
Yeah,
bro.
nigga said, why are you gay? He said, who says I'm gay? You are gay. Like, yo, that is, as someone, as a journalist, as a media person, as a human, this went so wrong.
Yeah, it did.
This was so, I'm going to play it again, though, because it was
He said,
funny.
"Who says I'm gay?"
Bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Nothing, should I call you mister?
He said, "Should I call you Miss?"
Yo, this nigga the voice of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Ass nigga. Yo, this nigga
man.
Desmond is a fool. They say you are gay. Okay.
Should I call you Mister?
Yo. Yo. So wow. Oh God, I'm
That's
not looking forward to the comments.
That's gonna be like a classic video clip like 20 years from now.
Oh God, the internet gonna come for us. Okay. Also, the last video I'm gonna show, it's about 2 minutes long, so sit down. But this week, they broke ground in Saudi Arabia on what is to be the just watch. Just watch.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life. The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions. Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation. Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. With 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours, at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on Earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
That is, Lord have mercy. Wait, wait.
No, sorry.
You are a nigga, and you are a nigga, boy. I promise you. We over here talking about building better worlds and better communities, and you taking naps. So there's a lot. This is a huge topic, which is why I wanted to give it its own conversation next week. It's a big topic, man. You're talking about putting 9 million people, in essence, in one building. The video told you how everything's going to work. Part of the building actually runs into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You are surrounded by nature. The whole thing, like, did you see the drones flying around?
I think I did.
That's your mail people and your food delivery services, and just like
it just, I don't know. To me, when I hear things like this, and I don't know, that lady just screamed at me in a sense, like, you know, they just trying to keep black people out of this utopia that they're trying to create.
Well, the crazy thing is, it is being built in Saudi Arabia, so it's nothing but brown people.
I mean, yeah, but you know, they may want to keep certain people in there. I mean, certain people out of it.
On a personal level, it's probably gonna be full of the same Saudi Arabian people who live there. Like, it ain't like niggas about to open the line and all of a sudden everybody in East New York about to up and leave and go live in that bitch. That's not. The people who live in that fucking region are gonna be living in this.
Hopefully,
but they broke ground this week.
Already?
They broke ground on this project. And they are already like steam for like into work, bro. This is a massive project, which if
it sounds like Dubai like project in a sense.
Right. But have you seen what Dubai looked like in 1980?
Yeah.
And to see it now,
180.
Dubai had like 4 buildings in downtown Dubai.
A complete 180. And Powerful, I just want to stress the importance between 180 and 360 because a lot of people don't know how to use it when they speak.
You are correct.
But yeah, I got you, bro.
So I think that this is to me, this is a big deal because if this works, it can change how we as human beings colonize. It can change how we have destroyed this fucking planet, how we can minimize our footprint, our carbon footprint, and what we do on this planet even further, and allow our planet to heal while still having an ecosystem that we can thrive in, that we are used to. This is a huge conversation, bro. This is a huge conversation to me because it's deeper than just a building. It's what it could truly represent for humanity if it works. Or, God forbid, how fucking terrible of a social experiment this could be if it fucking fails.
It could go either way, definitely. Yeah, I can see that.
Hold on, let me see what these comments are talking about.
Comments.
Desmond says, so basically these niggas are gonna be playing real life Tetris. Jon Snow had the wall first. It's like they turned Trump idea into a profitable source. God, Tev. Donald Trump's dream imagined. Desmond, I've seen too many sci-fi movies to know this is a bad idea.
Hey, okay.
And this is why I am with it. I'm like, what kills me about this is for every one of us that goes, I've seen this movie before, it ends bad. There is someone out there that goes, I've seen this movie, I know how to fix it.
That too. That's fair.
And I am curious. So fucking curious how this turns out. I'm not even gonna start. I'm gonna keep all my comments to myself until next week when we discuss this, because
copy that.
I am literally so captivated by this idea. I'm so captivated by this idea in so many different ways. This is gonna take time to break down next week. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes.
Going forward, also, this will be our final Sunday broadcast.
Último programa de los domingos.
This will be our final Sunday broadcast. Sundays were always supposed to be optional, and it was supposed to be temporary. And it has definitely run its temporary course with the way life has played out. So going forward, we will now be coming to you live on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m.
Eastern time.
Same pod station, same pod network,
YouTube,
same pod
Facebook.
network.
Yeah.
Just different date, different time. So the next time we will see you guys will be November 2nd. November 2nd, we'll be seeing you guys at 8 p.m. right back here. All right? Right back here. Tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your bitches and them, tell your niggas and them. Go get some shit.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll see y'all November 2nd.
November 2nd, 8 p.m. All right, y'all. We out there.
Peace.